The single best upgrade you can incorporate as a maker isn't a new camera, it's studio lighting that gets completely out of your way. Today we're building a full overhead rig with custom 3D printed light and cable mounts.
If you can't clearly see what I'm building on this channel, there's no point in me sharing it. For a long time, my studio lighting was, let's just say, less than ideal. I was dealing with harsh shadows, muddy colors, and a forest of light stands that I kept tripping over in this tight garage space. But today we are fixing that. I'm doing a quick teardown of how I completely overhauled my workshop's lighting, using the ultra-compact Amaran Halo X60 and X100 studio lights. But because I refused to give up even an inch of valuable floor space to bulky tripods, I actually designed and 3D printed a custom low-profile ceiling mounting system to tuck them completely out of the way. Let's look at how bad it used to be, what these little powerhouses can do, and how I modded them to fit a smaller maker studio.
Unboxing these, the compact form factor immediately stands out. Amaran positioned these as pure price-to-performance workhorses, coming in at around $119 for the 60X and $169 for the 100X. While they share virtually identical compact chassis dimensions, their power architecture and I/O have a few key differences. The Amaran Halo X60 features two dedicated USB-C ports on the side. One is a standard 65-watt USB-C power delivery port, drawing roughly 63 to 65 watts, while the other adjacent locking port connects to Amaran's DMX dongle. The Amaran Halo 100X uses a standard 19-volt DC barrel connector for its primary mains power brick. It also includes a unified power delivery DMX USB-C port that can accept true 100-watt USB-C power banks or mobile battery packs, giving you complete flexibility on location. Both include generous lengths of AC runs with right-angle connectors, making flush cable routing significantly easier. Around the back, the physical controls are clean and responsive. First, we have dual precision dials. The top knob adjusts color temperature across a full bi-color range of 2700K to 6500K, while the bottom knob dials intensity smoothly in 1% increments. Both units utilize an 85-degree beam angle bare chip, pumping out roughly 3200 lux at 1 meter on the 60X and 4900 lux at 1 meter on the 100X. In regards to acoustic fan performance, in a small shop or voiceover booth, fan noise is critical. These run at an ultra-quiet 28 decibels, quieter than ambient baseline for most rooms. You can run them in smart mode for dynamic cooling, or switch to silent, which automatically caps the light at a silent operating ceiling, which is 15%, without messing up your main intensity scaling. I can attest to the fact that at 15%, there is zero fan noise, but as you bump it up, it does become slightly noticeable, which you'll see towards the end of the video. Studio mode is a massive feature for permanent workshops. Enabling studio mode ensures that whenever the lights receive AC power, they automatically fire back up to their previous state and settings, allow you to power your entire shop from a single master wall switch. Despite the ultra-lightweight body, the mounting hardware is metal where it counts. The bottom features a locking 1/4 20 thread paired with a heavy-duty baby pin adapter, while the front retains a full-size Bowens mount with a quick-release locking tab. Even with larger modifiers like the Lightbox 45 or the Octa Dome 60, which we show here, there is zero sagging or mechanical flex. Because traditional stands would eat up all my walking and workspace, I engineered a zero-footprint overhead setup. We're using drop mounts with heavy-duty metal ceiling flanges bolted directly to the overhead structure with heavy-duty drywall anchors. To store the Lightbox 45 and Octa Dome 60, I designed a low-profile ceiling bracket in Fusion 360 to hold the softboxes flush overhead when not in use. For our cable management, we are using custom 3D printed ceiling clips snapped across the overhead drywall to secure the right-angle power cables without hanging loops or zip-tie clutter. Installation of this entire setup took less than an hour. Once the lights were mounted overhead and the softboxes locked into place, the hardware completely disappeared from the workspace. Because reaching ceiling-mounted dials isn't practical mid-build, everything pairs seamlessly over Bluetooth and NFC with the Amaran Link app. From my phone or tablet, I can group both lights, adjust color temperatures to match ambient workshop light, trigger lighting effects, or kill the entire array with a single touch of a button.
So after all that, this is the light that I have now in my small studio. Over here I have the Amaran Halo X100 acting as my key light, set at 25% brightness and 5000 Kelvin. And over here we have the Amaran Halo X60 acting as my fill light, also at 5000 Kelvin, set at only 15%. And so I like the combination of the two, and so far this is looking pretty good. One thing I will mention, when I first set this up, it was a bit colder outside, and the ambient temperature in my garage studio was a little bit lower. Now today we're in the high 80s, and I'm noticing that the X100 does have some audible fan noise that spins up about every 15 seconds. Let's see if we can hear it. So that was, with everything else completely silent, that was the sound you hear. Now let's see if you can hear it over audio dialogue. the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. After I go through processing and tweak my audio, maybe that doesn't show up, but it's something that I recently noticed that I didn't hear the first time I set this up. Maybe I just toned down the brightness a little bit so the fan doesn't kick on. At the end of the day, good studio lighting isn't just about the gear you buy. It's about how you adapt it to your space. By designing and 3D printing these custom ceiling mounts, I didn't just fix my terrible lighting problem, I completely reclaimed my floor space. No light stands to trip over, no messy cables in the shot, just clean, efficient lighting, ready to go at the flip of a switch. Now that the studio lighting is finally dialed in and the lighting looks crisp, it's time to get back to what we actually do here, building. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next build, and drop a comment if you have questions about these Amaran lights. I'll see you on the next one. Now get out there and make something.